In this session, I will be talking to you about personal energy management. What exactly is personal energy management? Why there is a need for personal energy management? You see, in this competitive environment and very disrupted environment, the way we saw in COVID, and with the coming up of new technologies like artificial intelligence, which is really booming, and with the demands and pressure on systems increasing, everything gradually getting automated, they're putting a lot of pressure on the human element. Now, this particular workshop is a blueprint for success in personal energy management. Why I call it personal energy management? Because it's personal to you. It's your energy budget. It's your personal energy. How do you use it? It should be used by your choice, by your priorities. Now, this workshop is specially designed for supply chain and operational people. I myself has been into operations and supply chain for a long time. Worked as a head of supply chain, worked as chief of operations, and I can see how the stress gets developed. There's so many things to do, but time is very little. Now, all through in the management system, we have been told about time management, manage time properly. Now, you may have time. Imagine if you don't have energy. Imagine you feel low, but you have time. Will you be able to utilize that time beautifully? No. Why? Because you don't have energy. Now, energy is the current currency. It has to be handled properly. It has to be used judiciously. It has to be used preciously. And you need to know all techniques of recovering, recycling energy. The problem with time is finite. It's 24 hours a day. Energy is recyclable, renewable. You can renew energy. There are methods, there are techniques. Now, most of the time when you talk of energy, we talk of energy in terms of physical side. Getting adequate sleep, having adequate nutrition. Now, sometimes having adequate nutrition, adequate sleep also does not give us real burst of energy. Absolutely in an enthusiastic mood or in a... Now, to be a supply chain and operational dynamic leader, you need to have good amount of energy to move yourself. And once you are energetic, you are able to do all kinds of jobs, all kinds of activities. Plus, you enjoy life, you enjoy your family, you enjoy everything you do because you are not drained out. Now, what happens? There are times when you feel low. Well, sometimes energy is low, sometimes energy is high, but you should know how to recycle the energy from low to high. Now, this workshop focuses on 4 dimensions: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. Now, different tasks, they consume different type of energy. At different time, you have different energy. Now every individual is different. He has to understand his energy level and how he has to manage his energy. How can you feel it in his body, in his mind? There are methods by which he can mold himself in a situation of stress. Now what is stress? Stress is something where you have got too many things to do and too little time. But if you have got full burst of energy, even little time is okay. It will remove the stress. So, are you ready to understand the process of energy management? How do you improve the energy? How do you improve your personal energy? What are the elements of personal energy? It's a process-oriented approach, absolutely process. Just like we have supply chain is a process, similarly energy management is also a process. You need to know all the elements of personal energy management and use the tools at the right time. Use the right tool. So, are you ready to join my bandwagon? If you want to be free from burnout, if you want to be always enthusiastic, if you want always to be dynamic, if you want always to be happy, if you want you to be a fruit of all season, if you want a joyful environment, if you want a happy environment, if you want excellent and a family life, if you want that when you go home, your children, your family looks at you with a bright eye and see you as an example of a person full of energy and enthusiasm, then you are the most eligible person to join this bandwagon. Be a energy bus driver, drive your bus, and I am a host who is currently your bus driver, energy bus driver. Let's come and enjoy and gain a fruitful experience of what is energy management. Well, in a simple way I can say, if a bucket is leaking and if you pour water into it, any amount of water you pour, the water won't stay in the bucket. Why? Because there's a leak. So similarly, we have a lot of energy leaks. So we have to plug, number one, we have to plug those, we have to know how to plug those energy leaks. First identify what are the energy leaks and then plug them so that we can restore. It's a budget. Energy is a budget which has to be used judiciously. Thank you. Thanks a lot.